Welcome back. It is the Flow Sports Hour on Flow FM, and joining me on the show right now is Isaac Conlan, a young football star from the Griffith Swans who has recently got the call up to the GWS Giants Academy. Isaac, welcome and congratulations. How are you?
Yeah, good. Yeah, thanks for having me.
No, you're welcome. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. How are the excitement levels about heading to the Giants? It's obviously a massive honour making the academy there and opens up a lot of prospects for you. So, yeah, no doubt you're very excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to make that final squad of 35. It's a pretty tough selection. There's plenty of good players out there, and hopefully making this side will work on my confidence.
Yeah, no doubt. So what exactly was that process making the squad? You went out to a bunch of trainings with a wider squad and they cut it down to a final group. Is that about it?
Yeah, so there was about a big squad of 60-something players across the region, and I went to Wagga and Miranda every week for a month just to trial to make the final squad, and yeah, I was lucky enough to get picked.
Yeah, well, congratulations. It is a very tough thing working your way through those squads. So, yeah, big congratulations are in order. And just tell us a little bit about yourself and sort of your background playing sport and playing footy. No doubt, I'm sure you're probably good at other sports and you've done a little bit of everything growing up. But, yeah, just give us a little bit of background about yourself.
Yeah, well, I've been playing footy since I was about 4. Joined the Aussie program with my brother and then went through the Junior Swans program, under 13s, under 11s, under 15s Swans. So, yeah, it was pretty good. Played a bit of cricket and basketball, touch all sorts of little sports.
Fantastic.
Which is good, yeah.
Yeah, best way to get good at one sport, if you ask me, is playing lots of other sports and just feeling out, getting your coordination and your speed and all those little intangibles better along the way. What are some of the highlights you've had with the Griffith Swans along the journey?
The biggest highlight, not so much at the Swans, is just making the under 15s New South Wales combined high school states team last year. It was a pretty big achievement, and yeah, I'm pretty happy about it.
No doubt. And obviously, heading from the Griffith Swans to the GWS Giants, there's no doubt the Sydney Swans and GWS Giants rivalry is big. So how does it feel from going from the Swan side of things over to the Giants side? Do you feel like you're crossing a line, or do you go for the Giants or anyone else in particular?
Oh, I go for the Hawks. Yeah, I've been gone back in them for my whole life, so it's a bit different. But yeah, it feels fine. Yeah, playing for Giants. Yeah.
How do you reckon you'll go barracking for the Hawks this year now that you're a Giant?
Yeah, I know. Barrack for Giants as well, but when Hawks and Giants play together, I'll go for Hawks probably.
All right, well, we'll see how long that lasts because you've got a bright future with the Giants, and before too long you might be donning a Guernsey in the senior AFL team. I don't reckon you'll be cheering for the Hawks then, but we won't get too far ahead of ourselves. Do you have any favourite AFL players?
Yeah, well, my favourite AFL player was Sirioli, but now that he's retired, moved on, I sort of like John Newcombe for the Hawks.
Well, you've got good taste. Cyril, in my opinion, one of the best players to watch of all time. He was just a magician with the ball in hand. Do you take any inspiration from his game? Try and do a few of his tricks out on the footy field?
No, not really. I just like him as a player, so...
Fair enough. Well, I reckon if you did try and imitate some of his tricks, you might find yourself on the bench because there aren't too many that can do it quite like Cyril can. But John Newcombe, that is certainly a player that is good to imitate as well. He is very, very hard at the footy, and I reckon every coach in the world would love to have a team of John Newcombes out there. Now, have you been in touch with any of the GWS players or coaches? Were they out at those academy trainings with you and giving you good advice?
Oh, I haven't really been in contact with any of them, really, but there was just like the head of Giants program and the under-18s coach there, but I haven't really had much to say to them, but yeah, got a bit to prove yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Still a long way to go, but you're certainly on the right path. And what is the training schedule like for you right now? Obviously, you mentioned heading up to Wagga and training with the Giants and doing that every week. But you're still training with Griffith as well while you're doing that?
Yeah, well, I'm doing a bit of both. So it's a pretty full schedule, but I train with the Swans pre-season and do a bit on my own, and then got a program from the Giants just over the off-season, and then I train with them start at the end of the month.
Are you the type of player to just go hammer and tongs at your training and not really know when to take a break, always looking to reach that next goal, whether it's in the weight room or out on the running track, or whether it's working on your skills, whatever it may be? Or are you more the type to try and ease off and recognise when you do need a break and not overdo it?
Yeah, well, I'm not really the biggest for the weights or anything, but I try and, when I get to train, try and work pretty hard to get fit, and struggle to do a lot of runs on my own. So when I get to train, I try and make the most of it.
Yeah, very good, very good. And when does it all kick off from here on out with the GWS Giants? Is it just ongoing from this point?
Oh, the training starts at the end of the month, like I said, but I'm not really sure when the games and stuff start. But there's a carnival with us, the Swans. It's like build up for the national carnival, but yeah, I'm just not sure when that all starts.
Fantastic. Well, it certainly is a very, very big achievement making this team. And what exactly are your goals for the future now? Do you desperately want to be playing AFL footy and getting into the draft and getting straight into the system as soon as you can?
Yeah, well, my goals would be to try and to make the final side for the Nationals at just the 16s, and then hopefully try and play ones for Griffith this year too. But the end goal really is to try and get drafted in a couple of years, but there's a lot of work to be done to try and get there.
Fantastic. Well, I can tell you've got a good head on your shoulders and you've got your mind's in the right place, not getting too far ahead of yourself with your goals and keeping it pretty short focused, focusing on the next thing. So that is, sensational to hear. And what position are you playing?
Been a bit all over the shop. So I played for Giants, I played a bit of forward, and then for the state I played forward, but then the Giants have also played back, and then around my club I played in the middle, so I've been a bit all over the shop, but I prefer forward, but don't mind wherever.
Sensational, jack of all trades. And just before we let you go, Isaac, obviously footy is important, and you've got to work hard on your footy and work pretty non-stop to get to that next level. But I think we're seeing increasingly in the AFL these days a lot of players are sort of having a plan B. We see a lot of players going to uni and getting their degrees to prepare for life after footy. What are you like at school? Are you still focusing on your studies while you're training and thinking about going to uni and that sort of thing, as well as focusing on an AFL career?
No, I'm not the biggest fan of school, so I'm planning on leaving school and getting a trade, but I'm not real quite sure what trade yet, but at the end, what I want to be, I also want to be a farmer once I leave school, so a trade to help with that would be pretty handy.
Fair enough. Well, you're certainly heading in the right direction, and we've seen plenty of AFL players come from that farming background and then return to it once they're done with their AFL career. So certainly wouldn't be the first, but we'll definitely be wishing you all the best of luck as you head towards hopefully an AFL career. But in the more short term, we'll be wishing you all the best with the GWS Academy, and certainly all of us here at Flow FM will be keeping a very close eye on your career. So, yeah, thank you for popping on and chatting today. It's been great chatting to you and, having the chance to learn about you. And, yeah, absolutely all the best for the future, Isaac.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.